Hi, I'm Mike Hughes, and today we're going to go over the head down cue, which is better known as the calm down cue. When we see horses that are excited, nervous, scared, higher than a kite, phobias, stress, anxieties, their heads are always up here. You will never see a horse that way with their heads down. When a horse lowers his head, they automatically relax. It's something that the horse already naturally does. And so we teach the cue to the horse to our advantage. So if they do become scared, excited, nervous, higher than the kite, the anxieties, the stress, we will know how to relax them starting from the ground by teaching the calm down cue. Now there's some precepts that you're going to want to do with your horse first. You're going to want to make sure they know how to flex. When a horse flexes to the right or to the left, they automatically already drop their heads by a little bit. So when we're teaching our horses how to flex to the left and to the right, what I do is I pick out a spot on their shoulder right here. Alright? And when I pick out that spot on that shoulder, that's where my hand is going to lock down on when I pick up the lead line to have them start flexing. Now I want to see two things when the horses flex. I want to see the horse start to give softly to the flexing, and I want to see the slack come into the lead line here. When they're slacking the lead line, it means the horse is not pulling on me and there's no pressure on the lead line. So I'm going to pick up the lead line right about here. I'm going to lock my hand down right here, and I'm asking him to bring his head around, and there he does, and then I'll go ahead and release the pressure because there was slack in the line and he gave to the pressure. So we'll do it again. This is on the left side. There's still a little bit of pressure. And there he gave to the pressure. So again, I'm going to pick up on the lead line, I'm going to lock my hand down on the horse's shoulder, and I'm going to wait on him, and as soon as he gives to the pressure, I'm going to release. And after he's good on the left, we're going to go to the right. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up on the line, I'm going to lock my hand down on his shoulder, and I'm going to wait for him to give to the pressure right there. And he hasn't totally given to the pressure yet. He's still leaning a little bit, and there is slack in the line there. So slack in the line means the lead line in this case is going to have slack in it. And by locking my hand down on his shoulder, I can't be pulling against him, but he can be pulling against me. So if I have my hand out here, I can't help but to pull on him. So again, I'm going to find a spot on his shoulder. I'm going to pick up the lead line. I'm going to lock my hand down on that spot, and I'm going to wait for him to give into the pressure right there. This cue is also a good precept to horses that pull back while tied. Horses that pull back while tied, they're resisting the pressure on their pull when they're pulling back while tied. This will help take a lot of horses out of pulling back while tied. It's also good for horses that have a head or ear shyness issue. The head and ear shyness issue is something on or above the horse's head and ears. So when I have him drop his head, all of a sudden I'm going to be above the head shy or ear shy horse's head and ears. And it's a great precept to teaching that exercise or to get the horse through that head and ear shyness issue. It's also a nice little exercise you can teach your horses so they stretch out their pull and they stretch out their neck and their backs. So it's a good cue for that. If you're into tricks, well, it's a really neat trick to teach horses how to lay down. One of the things they do when they lay down is they'll put their noses all the way to the ground like Dorado's doing here, and then we just start disengaging the horse's hip, and eventually they'll put one knee down, two knees down, and go ahead and lay down for you. So it's a really simple way of teaching a horse how to lay down and do other tricks. So this cue has a lot of great benefits to it. It can do all types of things for you and your horse. We could also teach the horse under saddle and on the ground head elevation, where I would like him to carry his head. You know, if I don't want him always carrying his head up here, I can start teaching the horse how to drop his head. If I'm riding a horse that's high-headed, I can start teaching him how to relax and bring his head down. And again, with anxiety and stress issues, you could turn that stress and anxiety into relaxation with your horse. On the ground and under saddle. So as we go through this series and teaching Dorado here, under saddle at a standstill, walk in a trot, then we'll start adding different objects out here for desensitizing. There's going to be objects that he's of course going to be a little nervous of, because I want him to face those objects, lower his head, relax, and then move past the object that he was nervous or scared of like it wasn't even there. Other things this cue is really good for is your hard to bridle, hard to halter horses. You know, when they're hard to bridle and halter, their heads are always up here though. They throw their heads up. By teaching this cue right here, we can start teaching them how to lower their heads and accept the halter and the bridle. You know, oral medications is another one, whether it's a wormer, Batamine, Bute, whatnot. Some horses like throwing their heads up, oh no, you're not putting that in my mouth. But if you start teaching them how to really drop their heads as a pre-step, then it'll be easy for you to give the horse an oral medication. Another thing that's really good for is giving the horse a shot. Some horses have phobias of shots. So when a horse tightens up, while you're going to give them a shot, if they tighten up, they're going to tighten all these muscles up in their neck. All right, all these muscles are going to get really tight because they're holding their heads up high. If you teach the horse how to drop his head, then those muscles relax, and it is very easy to give the horse a shot, and it's not going to hurt like it would if the horse's muscles are really tight. If they're really soft and relaxed, then the horse is going to barely even feel the shot. So the cue is good for all types of different things. So you'll see some horses really start yawning and relaxing as we teach this cue, which is totally relaxing. All right, so that's the cue. Basically want to practice it for 3 or 4 days until your horse really knows it. Remember, at the same time, so you teach your horses how to flex left and right, or have your horses flex left and right. At the same time, you're teaching this cue so the horse doesn't misunderstand the pressure to go down instead of going to the left and to the right. So you want to practice all 3 different directions, left, right, and down for right now. So we hope you enjoyed the video. If you're not a member on my membership page yet, go to Google, type in Mike Hughes Horsemanship Members page, click on the link, and then go to subscribe. When you do become a member, join my Facebook group page where you can post your videos with your horse, pictures, ask questions so I can help you and your horse more. So we hope you enjoyed the video and have a great time with your horses. Thank you.